Okay, we're going to do one more example. Here's the deal. It says if only $15,000 is available to deposit now. So I have $15,000 I want to deposit. So let's write down what that represents. What letter do we use for that? That would be the principal. That's right. So let me get into my pen tool. So that would be the principal. So we're going to deposit $15,000. All right, so we deposited $15,000, that's our principal. It says what annual interest rate? So obviously, what are we trying to solve for? Guys, come on, please. So that's an ugly question mark, but that's what it is. What annual interest rate is required to increase to $20,000? Oh, it's kind of the same numbers we used before. That's okay. What annual interest rate? Okay, here's the deal. Let's say, we figured it out. We did the math, and it was like 16.7, right? In order to get that 20,000, you're like, oh, I don't have 16.7, but somebody gave me a birthday present of $15,000, okay? And you're like, oh, $15,000, but this car costs $20,000. I need $5,000 more dollars. What am I going to do? Guys, let's listen, please. Let's listen. So you got $15,000, and you're like, okay, well, I really want this car. I could probably wait 3 years, I'll be out of college or I'll be out of high school or whatever. Let's stick it in the bank. What interest rate do I need at $15,000 in order to get the $20,000 at the end of 3 years? So my time is 3 years, okay? And what else did I say? I want it to be $20,000. I want $20,000 in the end. So what letters is that? Say it's A. So that's $20,000, okay? Everybody with me on this? So you're like, okay, I got 15,000, got it, whatever. I want this car for 20, and I want to stick it in the bank. I want to find out, what interest rate? So when I go to the bank, at least I'm a little educated. I'm like, when I talk to them, they'll say, oh, we can do a real good deal. We can give you 5%. You're thinking, 5%? That's not even going to come close. Because 6% didn't even give it. I had to have $16,000, didn't I? 16.7 to get the 20 at 6%. So I'm going to need more than 6%. So you have to go to the bank. Now, I really doubt if you go to the bank, they're going to give you this kind of interest rate. But there are places out there that lend money and things like that you may get this. I just don't know what the going rates are. I don't keep up on that kind of stuff. Mr. Saints would probably be a good one for that kind of stuff. I think he stays up on the interest rates, and he's up on that kind of stuff, so he knows a lot about that. But let's write our equation again. What is it? It's A equals P times 1 plus, what is it? R over M to the Tm. Good. All right, and what are we solving for this time? We're solving for R. So we have to get R by itself. Let me see how I did this. You know what I said earlier? To solve for P, it was just as easy to just divide everything by that, with the letters. In this situation, to solve for R, it might just be easier for you just to chuck the numbers in and then move stuff around and get R by itself. All right, so let's do it that way. So let's put the numbers in right now. 20,000 equals P, which is 15,000, parentheses 1 plus. Now I don't know the R, that's my variable. That's what I'm going to solve for. And it says annual interest rate, so I guess they're just compounding yearly. Okay, so there's no compound interest on this. So what would the compound? It would just be a 1. In fact, just to make this easier on ourselves, if I know it's over 1, do I really need to even put R over 1? Wouldn't it be easier just to put an R? Would you agree with that? Now, if it was compounded more than annually, then you're going to have to put a number there and deal with it. But right now, in this particular problem, you don't have to do that. So it's TM. Now, how many, freshman in college, she wants it by the time she graduates, so how many years would that be? That'd be 3. She's already a freshman. She's already in college. So she's got 3 more years to go. And so it's 3 times the annual interest rate, which is just to the third. All right, you with me on that? So really, this problem isn't all that much more difficult. A little bit, slightly different than what we did before. But what would the first thing that we do here in order to get R by itself? Just algebra now. What would you do? You would minus the R? I would keep the R there. It's already a plus R. It's got a lot of other things going around it. What else is going on here? What's that? The cubed. Okay, but not everything's being cubed, though. Okay, but this whole thing is being multiplied by 15,000. I'm not going to get rid of the cube first because the 15,000 is not being cubed, all right? So I want to get rid of the 15,000 first. So how do I get rid of that? It's being multiplied, so we divide. So we divide by 15,000. All right, so we get rid of that. So that equals this. Now, the only thing we have on this side is 1 plus r in parentheses cubed. So really, everything in here is being cubed. What do I have to get rid of now? The cube, that's right. How do I get rid of a cube? Cube root it, that's right. And on my example, I did this slightly different. I don't know why. Oh, I just got that number right there. I'll tell you what, let's do this. If you do 20,000 divided by 15,000, look, all those zeros, well, at least 3 of these, right? These go, can you do this in your head? 20 divided by 15, what goes into both of those? Right, 5 goes into both of those, right? 4 times, 3 times. So just to make things a little easier for yourself, I mean, you could just chuck it in a calculator, but I don't know, I like to do this. So it's 4/3. And yeah, we'll just do this. I did it a different way on my notes, but we'll just do it like this. So we take the cube root, and I'll have to show you how to do cube root in a second. The cube root, and then, so we got rid of this, so now it's just 1 plus r, so what do we do now? It's just 1 plus r. We're going to get r by itself. How do we get rid of the 1? Come on, it's real simple. What is it? Yeah, just subtract a 1, right? It's 1 plus r, get rid of the 1. Everybody sees that, right? I hope. So that's what r is equal to. Now you just chuck that in your calculator.